So just as you were getting comfortable switching from chat to Cowork to code, Claude changed it all up on us again, right? And so you've probably heard that now Cowork is going to be available on mobile and on web. And that probably created some interesting conversations behind the scenes at Claude because, you know, with all these different ways that you could like navigate into these different quote areas of Claude, right? You had one area for chat, a unique area for Cowork, and another unique area for code. That probably created some problems and limitations when they decided, because you know we all asked for it, to bring Cowork mobile and web-based, and that way the work can go with you. Now there are some limitations to that, but here's what I want to focus on today, and then I want to explain what the limitation is as I understand it. So one of the things that happened when they now have moved, let's just close this, when they now have moved the Cowork here is that, first of all, be careful because it sets to Cowork. Now you can see here also that when I'm at Cowork, that gives me the ability to add a project or a folder. Now here's what I think is kind of interesting about this, is when they created them together and they added this new feature here, they added all of the projects that you had created on Cowork over to your main project list that you are used to seeing just your chat projects. I had the foresight to name my Cowork projects slightly different than my regular chat projects because again, I have my whole director suite built in chat. And so what I did is, and hopefully you did this, if not you're going to want to go back and rename them, is you can see here that I have another set of similar marketing manager, sales manager, but the manager ones are what I had over in Cowork, and my director suite is what I use in chat. But now you can have a project that has both chat conversations and Cowork conversations. So now when I go over into a project, you can see that I can choose from chat or Cowork, and I can start a new Cowork task right here. Now this is my local Claude. And so from what I understand, and let me just make sure that I get this correct, here's the catch with all of this. And right now, again, I am on my Claude desktop app, is that the desktop app only gets one-way viewing. So anything that you create or run on your mobile or on your web, you can see on desktop. But anything that I create here locally, I cannot see in those other places. So let me just read this to you. The desktop app only gets one-way view. Anything you run on your phone or the web, you can see on the desktop. But anything you do in your local desktop folders does not sync to your phone or web. So your local work stays local. This means that down the road, it actually, it almost feels like it would behoove us to do our Cowork work from the web-based browser as soon as we get it. Now, I don't think I've received access to that as of the time of this recording, but it hopefully will be rolling out to everybody soon. There's one caveat there, and that is I think Mac users have already received it. I wanted to show you that you are probably going to want to ultimately combine into your main folder structure, whatever it is. If you're using my Solo Expert OS, you're going to use your directors, right? If you have another system that you've created, but just note that right now you're going to have two sets of everything. And one more caveat. This is my marketing manager, which was my project made for Cowork. And that is, if I try to move this to change project, I cannot move it to a project that was started in a chat-based project. And so that makes me want to rename the folder from Marketing Manager to probably something like CW for Cowork, and knowing that that's the Cowork folder. Because anything I do going forward now, since I can, I would do over in my director of marketing. I know it's a little bit confusing, and I'm sure that they will work the kinks out, and then the kinks in your brain will also be worked out as we get used to this new way of navigating between our regular chat and Cowork. So I think in general, this is going to be a more streamlined way to work. I know a lot of people are feeling a little bit unhinged about it or upset that they've made these changes because they're used to doing it a specific way. But again, we don't own these platforms, so they get to do whatever they want with the user interface, and we are kind of going along for the ride, right? So just keep that in mind. It probably will continue to change and evolve as they work out the kinks, but I did want to go over what was happening here in those projects for you. So all in all, I think this is actually going to become more uncomplicated for us, but we're just going to have to get used to the change up. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. I hope you're having a great day. Take care.